Yo, yo. All right. Come on in, come on in, come on in. They kind of slow moving these notifications out. They slow getting these notifications out. But, you know, had to hop on real quick. Got to address a few things. Then we going to get into this Jaguar Wright shit, too. But I got to address a few things on here. I need y'all to hit that like button on y'all way in. Come on in, y'all. Come on in, come on in. Gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. All right. Let me share this shit real quick. And if y'all can, make sure y'all share this out. Share this live stream out. Cause we gonna address some shit, some weak ass shit in this sector. And we gonna get into some other shit too. But yeah, we gonna address this weak ass shit. You know what I mean? Come on in, come on in. What's up, Tierra? Appreciate you. We gonna get into this. I need y'all to come in though. We gonna get into it. Let me take this down real quick. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. We gotta get into this shit, bro. Cause niggas be trying to capitalize off a situation. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into it. Let y'all come on in. Come on in. What up? What up? Jay Chosen, Queen Shay. What's up? You already see the title. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into it. Need y'all to hit that like button too. Just double tap the screen. Come on in. Yeah. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, but you know, niggas be trying to capitalize off the story and shit. A story that, you know, a storyline that been circulating for like the past year with me and the IO, my baby, and a certain other content creator. But then you got all these leeches attaching themselves onto it. You know what I'm saying? They trying to attach themselves on to the story. You know what I mean? For clicks and views. And they ain't even getting no clicks and views off of it. It's like, what's the point, nigga? You ain't getting no views off that shit, bro. You ain't getting no views off that shit, and you ain't getting no money off that. You know what I'm saying? So we got Mr. Fathead ass nigga over there trying to capitalize off a dead ass storyline that been dead, and that other leeches attaching themselves onto to try to keep the storyline going. But you know what I'm saying? And they trying to capitalize off to get views on their channel, and that shit ain't working. You know what I'm saying? But what we are going to talk about is that person's storyline too. Because this the same person that chased the knot around for like a whole, even met up with the nigga and everything and got rejected, and still on here every day crying about that shit, bro. Every day still mentioning this man in his live streams and shit, crying. You know what I mean? Still complaining about the nigga. The nigga channel, his channel's been taken out of air. He off YouTube, but this certain content creator still talking about this nigga. Like, what's the point? Like, he was a whole weirdo talking about that man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all met up for nachos and cheese. It didn't work out. You got rejected, and then it's been pandemonium ever since. You know what I'm saying? And it just don't make no sense. Then you got these other content creators, these women in the sector, these so-called women in the sector that cry and bitch and cry when somebody return fire at them. They sit there and talk shit about people all day, all night, every live stream, bringing certain people's name up every fucking live stream. But then when that person respond, they go cry wolf and they hide behind God. Like, why you hide behind God with that? Like, and then they be crying, oh, he's a man, he should be responding. Like, no, you can't just say anything you want about anybody out here and don't think of people don't have a right to respond. It just don't make no sense. You know what I mean? It'd be these rejects. It'd be the people that get rejected and then feel like they could just say anything about the person that rejected them. Like, why people can't just move on? So you got these leeches out here, they sidekicks that want to try to attach themselves to a storyline, and they ain't even getting no views off it. They not getting monetized. They ain't getting no views off of it, and they damn sure ain't getting no money off of it. So what's the point? It's like you niggas come on here for therapy. Sign the fuck up off here and go see a therapist. If you're dealing with mental illness, go see a therapist. YouTube is not your therapist. You know what I'm saying? They trying to bring God into the situation. YouTube is not your therapist. Get the hell up off of YouTube. So you got Mr. AT TV over there. You know what I'm saying? Speaking on situations he have no clue about because the person that was his friend was involved with the situation. And the people only really got, you know what I mean, one side, because I don't speak out on shit. I don't really speak out on anything. I mind my fucking business. I do my content and that's it. I don't really be having time to address every goddamn thing on here, especially when stuff being said about me. Like, I don't be having time to address that shit. I'm a businessman at the end of the day. I don't be having time for that shit. So he wants to bring up the situation still that happened last year, over a year ago, and still speaking upon this situation like it's a fresh situation. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a certain content creator on here that brings my name up every time they go live. They got to bring me up. Why? Why bring me up? Like, you can't move on. I don't say shit about you, and you just keep bringing my name up constantly. And then you got other leeches coming along, bringing my name up, trying to clout chase, basically. And I'm looking like, all right, why is this person even mentioning me? I never have a conversation with this person, never mentioned their damn name, don't talk about them, but they seem to always bring me up every time. Why? Why do JR name get brought up in situations that I don't even be paying attention to? People come to me and tell me that these people be bringing up names and shit in every live stream. Like, damn, these niggas can't move on. And then you got other people attaching themselves to the situation. You got this person that want to keep bringing my name up, that got a girlfriend that want to attach themselves to the situation, that bring my name up every time she go live. And it's the same watered down ass joke, the same watered down ass shit. You know, people like looking like it's the same. Y'all keep talking about the same shit. Oh, he's in a wheelchair. He can't do that. Wheelchair. Well, like the same shit. Like, who gives a fuck about that? Nigga, I still get busy. You know what I'm saying? I still get busy. It don't matter what the fuck the nigga condition is. But they think that's supposed to be like the butt of the joke and shit. Like, I give a fuck about that. I've been the same nigga I was for, you know what I'm saying, for a couple of decades, man. Ain't nothing slouch about me or anything. First of all, I'm a good nigga. I ain't no slouch ass nigga. I'm not no weird ass nigga. I'm a businessman. I got my own fucking business. You know what I'm saying? And I make sure people taken care of. So listen, all the weird ass shit niggas is trying to attach themselves to this storyline, trying to get views and clicks and all that. That shit ain't even working out for them. So they looking weird as shit. That's what's happening. They looking weird. A lot of these motherfuckers, I don't even be knowing. I don't know them. I hear about them. You know what I mean? Just in passing and when other people talking about them. And me, I don't even pay no attention to that shit. You know what I'm saying? But since the person want to, you know, try to, you know, capitalize off the storyline and shit, I'm like, hey, I might as well, you know, bring up their storyline. So you had ATV, Mr. ATT over there that used to date the dude, the Knot and shit. Well, he thought he had a relationship with the Knot. They met up for nachos and cheese. He chased the man around, broke his foot, got his heart broken, and he won't let it go. Just like a certain person on this app that still bring my name up, that just can't let it go, right? So He's still hopping around going panels to panels and doing interviews with other content creators talking about the same individual all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? He can't go without bringing that man name up. What up, EJ? What's up, Sharice? Shout out to y'all that just coming in. I ain't gonna keep y'all long because you know what I mean. I just wanted to address this situation with this Mr. Cue Ball over there. You know what I'm saying? That constantly just keep, harping on the situation of a storyline that's been dead. And the other person can't let it go neither. Just constantly bring my name up every time. Wheelchair, JR, wheelchair. This like every time, like motherfucker just can't let my name go. Like let me go. Let my name go. Stop mentioning me every fucking time you go live. Do your motherfucking content. I do my content. I don't mention a motherfucker. I just do my content. And that's why my numbers reflect that. I'm good. I ain't struggling for views or struggling for content and none of that. I'm good. I ain't gonna never be stuck on I get the subscribers that they get, I get that in a week. I'm like, some of these channels they stuck at the same subscribers. I get that. I get them numbers in a week. I'm good. I don't need to keep a storyline going to keep, to stay relevant. I'm good. I don't need that. Right. Like, and the only thing they got is YouTube. Like, yo, all they depend on is YouTube. That's it. And most of these people ain't even monetized at that. That makes no sense. So what you on here for? Are you on here to make money? Are you on here just to for an outlet to get your shit out? Weak ass niggas. Like weak shit. And these hoes in this sector that be talking about me, I don't give a fuck about what y'all say about me. Cause that don't stop nothing I got going on. It actually looks weird that y'all bring me up and bring up wheelchair, and that shit look weird. I ain't never had a problem getting no fucking woman ever in my life. Wheelchair, not that never was my issue. Never. I never had that problem. You know what I mean? It's a person on here that keep bringing my name up that should have moved on a long time ago. Still ain't got no nigga. Still ain't got no nigga. You still ain't got a nigga. You still ain't got a man. Wheelchair, no wheelchair, walking, not walking, with legs, no legs, with arms, no arm, not a single soul. Motherfucker ain't even got a pet. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of single women that got, cats and dogs and shit. This person can't even get a cat or a dog and shit to love them. But don't try to downplay me and minimize me as a motherfucking man, because y'all situation is all fucked up. There's a lot of people on this app, situations is fucked up, that come on here and try to take that shit out on everybody else. Listen, it ain't my problem. Don't project that shit on to me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Don't project that shit on to me. But I wanted to pull this up real quick because I found this interesting that the person that's trying to do content off the situation, right, was on Storm Monroe panel talking about the person that they was in love with. The person that went on a date with the nigga from Nacho Cheese. He probably thought he was going, make him.
I was like, you know what?
He probably thought, he was going, make him push it out or whatever. And I guess they tried to, and his foot got broke. And that shit it's just horrible, bro. It's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. I had to bring this up because he did an interview on Storm Monroe channel, and the way he was explaining this situation, he was all puckered up when he brought up when Storm brought up the not name. This nigga puckered up like a motherfucker, boy. He puckered up Buttercup. Pucker up Buttercup.
I'm gonna be
watch how this nigga light up when his name get mentioned. Watch
open and honest and just be open, you know, and just how I am regularly. I'm an honest person. Like, I don't be trying to, you know how on these YouTube streets they try to be playing games with you and try to find out information so then they can use it against you. That's not me. When I'm genuine, I'm genuine. And so
but you think everything funny and think everything joke, but it's not.
I was being a genuine,
you know, man, I don't be giving a fuck about none of that shit. I just be having fun.
Friend, but then when we fell out, he said, "Oh, I was just pretending to be your friend so you could tell people I was a good guy."
Okay.
So I was like, you know what?
We bring it back.
During a certain time period, I thought we were friends. Like,
we bring it back.
Cocoa Puffs, I was just trying to be cool with him.
Let me bring it back, y'all. Hold on.
Not it.
He has literally been selling his body for money for a real long time. But let me just get into the specifics, because people are trying to say, "Oh, you letting AT2 skirt around it." So, is it true that he gave you back shots in the backseat of his car?
Look at you. Look at him laughing at it though. Look at him. Look. He can't listen. He bring that boy name up, and he just get all warm inside when his name get brought up. You see that?
That is not true. No, it's funny because I haven't heard that one, but it is not true. I never.
He wanted that though. He wanted to not the bangy from the back though. He wanted that shit though. Cause why else would you meet up with a nigga online? It wasn't no friendship, y'all. You really had, you know, a crush on that dude, man. And the not don't give a fuck. He just gonna use you for whatever he could use you for. You know what I mean? He ain't really trying to be cool with your ass like that. This nigga thought he was gonna have a relationship though. Like, let's just be honest.
It gave him head or anything? Like, no, nothing. There was nothing sexual.
So he never gave you back shots in the car, and then the car was stinking, and that's why he didn't call you back. No. I'm just telling you what the streets say.
Yeah, them streets be talking, but no, that was not it. And here's the thing too. After all this time, because mind you, that was like 2 years ago.
Facts and tangible. Hell yeah, he in love.
Now, mind you, after all this time, like, I would have been confessed to something. Like, I wouldn't go to the grave with like the secret. I would just come out and say, "Hey, we did something. Okay, whatever." But at the same time, I'm all like, "Y'all, come on now. Like, this man is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I was just trying to be cool with him, because the nigga need a friend. Come on, like, let's be honest. Like,
yeah,
he looked like."
Nah, bro, you needed a friend, bro. You needed a friend, bro. You did. That's why you wanted to meet up with him. You know what I mean? Because you needed a friend. You needed a lover. You was going there with the impression that y'all was gonna talk and be together and all that, and you got rejected by him.
He is definitely desperate for friends. I figured.
And I ain't gonna lie about that. The boy is, you know, do be desperate kind of out here for, you know, for acceptance and all that. So I ain't gonna deny that. Dude is a weirdo. He's another weirdo too, man. He's another weirdo. But that's the way these dudes is, man. These dudes never really been accepted in they real life. By no, you know what I mean? That's why they come on here the way they come on here, because they never really been accepted. I don't have that issue. That was never me. Sorry, that was never me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had that issue of finding a woman or none of that shit ever. But these people on here don't get action in their real life, so they come on this motherfucker and think that you know, they can catch one. But when they real self get shown, people be like, nah, this hell no. Hell no. Not this, hell no, not this person. And it's a lot of mental illness going on too. It's a lot of mental illness going on. And you can see that in a lot of people that come on here. It's a lot of mental illness, man. A lot of untreated shit that haven't been, you know, taken care of. And they just come online and take that shit out on everybody and project that shit on everybody else. That's not a good thing, man.
Figured that out pretty early on. But have you got like, well, let me back up. Did you ever consider him a friend?
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna be honest. So
yeah, you did, bro. Don't
during
lie.
a certain time period, I thought we were friends. Like I thought we were really cool. Like we would talk all every day. Like he would literally call me and text me like he was my bitch. So I get why people.
Nah, bro. I ain't gonna let you do that, bro. Just say that. Y'all niggas was texting each other, man. See, that's what I'm saying. These people come on here and be trying to make it look like shit be one-sided. Nigga, you was texting a nigga too, man. Y'all thought y'all was about to have something going on. More so you. Cause you was looking for nub in all the wrong places. It's more so you, bro.
Think something.
We all
But he
seen
would
it.
text and call me every single day. And so I was like, you know what? I think he is trying to make up for all the shit that he did with talking shit about me. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be open and honest and just be open, and just how I am regularly. I'm an honest person. Like I don't be trying to, how on these YouTube streets they try to be playing games with you and try to find out information so then they can use it against you. That's not me. When I'm genuine, I'm genuine. And so I was being a genuine friend, but then when we fell out, he said, "Oh, I was just pretending to be your friend so you could tell people I was a good guy."
Oh,
what?
Well, what was the fallout about between you and Dolan?
Look at him. Look at him.
Fallout.
Look at him. It won't be blushing though with the dot name. Look, that nigga be blushing. Look at him.
All right. Well, what was the fallout about between you and Dolan?
Look, blush.
The mini fallouts. Well, I think one of the big things was that he wanted to be able to control my platform as far as like who I could talk to, who I could be cool with. When he came on my panel, nobody else could come on my panel and all this other shit. And it's all like, you can't control me. Like, who do you think you are? Like, you ain't controlling me. Like,
well, he seen that you was kind of gullible and he seen that you was, in love with him. So he felt like he could control you and make you, bend to his will. Because that's the way you presented yourself. Thirsty as shit, bro.
I'm your bitch. Like, come on now. Like, it was like crazy shit like that. And then also, if you would question him about something, he would get mad and then get angry and be like, you don't ask me these questions. How dare you text me and do this? And it's like, who the fuck are you? I'm just asking you a question. So
basically you're confirming what we already know is that he is a certified psychopath. He has a history of being violent. Obviously, that's why he's in jail now. Stalking, harassment, trying to assault another YouTuber. Then he got beat up after that. And then he was on live with a black eye talking about he won, but he had the black eye. Trying to rub his meat up on other commentators, behind the scenes, like he's like stalking another one today.
Hey, he's gonna rub his meat up on me head right here until he hurt his foot. He realized he couldn't really do nothing because the foot was injured. So the position he wanted to get him in, it wouldn't have worked because his foot was hurting and shit. So he couldn't really finish through with it because his ankle was hurting, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think then I was like, shit, your ankle broke, shit. Ain't nothing I could do with you. Ain't shit I could do with you now. You got a hurt ankle. Position I wanted to put you, it ain't gonna work out.
Had to drag him, beat up his sister in the past, lied to get into an AIDS home, AIDS shelter. Like, this person is problematic and they have now been banned from the platform.
Right. And what the scary part is that we are in close proximity. Like me, I've hung out with him before when I was in LA. I was in.
Yeah, we know you. Yeah, we know. We know, boy. That was the highlight of his life, boy. He was like, shit, I think I got me one now. He thought he had it. He thought he had him one. Then I was like, nah, I can't fuck with him. Nope. And he played the shit out you. You got rejected. You know what I mean? Y'all niggas splitting nachos and cheese and shit. How y'all niggas meet up broke and shit? Splitting a fucking nacho cheese, bro. And niggas ain't meet to get no steak dinner, none of that shit. Them niggas some nacho cheese, bro. Shit crazy, bro.
Close proximity to a psycho. No telling what he could have did to me, you know?
That's a fact. That's a fact. You know,
so now you scared. Now you worrying about what he would have did to you.
What was so interesting for me, if we go back to the Diddy trial, one day randomly, no, he went viral. If you remember, he started going viral when he like called out Ray J about Whitney Houston on TikTok. So I said, you know what? And after Gene Deal choked him up in the elevator. Okay. So I said, you know what? This fool viral now. He done finally made the Storm My Road show. So I reacted to the clip, but I didn't say his name. I said like deranged YouTuber shit like that. That nigga was pissed. He was like, he finally thought he made it, and I didn't even say his name, right? So then I look on YouTube the next day, and he's going in on me, seeing all kinds of crazy stuff. Boom, YouTube take the video down. Then he go live on the second channel, which is not deleted too, talking about Storm got my channel deleted. You gotta come see me. You gotta come see me. Little did he know, I didn't get his channel took. I never struck his shit. Like I did. That had nothing to do with me. He went in so hard. YouTube took his shit down.
Yeah, they probably flagged
it. And that's the thing. Like we don't be caring about the shit he say, but he gets some
niggas. No lie, you be caring. You were just on your live stream the other day, mentioning that man, talking about Powderhead. You was mentioning that man, saying I don't want to say his name, but this certain content creator, like you missed that nigga, bro. You missed that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just go over to Twitch and watch him, man. He be over there. I heard he be over there on the Twitch, man. Go over there and peek your head in, man, and say hello, man. You be over there on the Twitch and all that. Just peek your head in. Say, I'm still here. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for you to come back home, baby. You know what I'm saying? Just go over there and peek your fucking head in, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Into trouble. And then he comes up with conspiracy theories like, oh yeah, they plotted together to take my channel down because you was in this whole plot to take him down. And it's all like, Storm don't even care about you.
I don't even care about that nigga.
And mind you, I don't fuck with weird ass did not neither. Like that bitch ass nigga was trying to talk shit on our business too when that whole doxing thing happened with Crack World and all that stuff. So I don't fuck with that nigga neither. But since AT2 wanna bring me up and bring up some shit that happened a year ago, bring up his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. So
like he a psycho. Like he's one of those people. He's kind of like the little brother that annoys you. You're like, get away from me. Like, stop annoying me. Like that's how we see him, but he doesn't realize that.
He doesn't realize that at all. And he was banned from Clubhouse. He's been banned from YouTube. I don't know what's going on over there on Twitch, but now he's locked up. So it just goes to show people, and I tell content creators this all the time, like learn from the mistakes of others. Focus on your content.
Yeah, motherfucker, we ain't the content, nigga. Focused on the content that matters, nigga. You ain't gonna get no views and no bread off talking about a fucking situation from last year, nigga. That storyline played out. Nobody give a fuck about that. These niggas trying to re-spark the goddamn storyline back up and shit. Like, nobody care about that shit. That storyline dead, my nigga. It happened when it happened, and that's it. I don't give a fuck about that storyline. But it just so happens that it's just certain people that won't shut their mouth. They want to keep bringing up, you know what I mean, certain people that they even be talking about them. They find every little, situation and use that to bring it and rehash it again. So, and then there's other people that want to leech on to the situation, spark channels up and live streams up based off the shit and talk about it like, nah, that ain't it. That shit ain't gonna get you no fucking views, no subscribers, because the stories are dead fucking, and the storyline really wasn't that big any goddamn way for anybody to gain anything off it. Tell you the truth, we ain't no fucking celebrities. Ain't no goddamn Beyonce and Jay-Z situation. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking celebrities. Yeah, niggas made a name for themselves on here, but ain't nobody give a fuck about that storyline like that. It wasn't getting niggas 10,000. Now, if it's a storyline that's getting you 10,000 views on a video and more, shit, even 5,000 views on a video, then, you know what I mean, it's probably worth talking about. But if you a nigga getting 800, 200 views, 300 views here, 1,000 views, what the fuck is it worth talking about? Maybe that's an accomplishment for accomplished, for certain people that just sparking they shit up or whatever, that just started a channel or whatever. But and maybe I'm seeing it from a different point of view because I'm way ahead of that. Like I'm way ahead of that shit. 1,000 views and all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't did videos that had 3 million views on it, and you know what I mean, million views in a day, type shit like that. So maybe, you know what I mean, 30,000 subs in one day, shit like that, going viral, videos on TMZ, on Yahoo, on every fucking blog site. That's where, and that was all from the muscle. That wasn't no fucking shout outs or none of that shit. That was just doing strict good content, and the blogs had to come to us for the content. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have that fucking problem with struggling to get, like, it's got 1,000 views in a month just on just some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing to get to them numbers. Them numbers ain't shit. That shit don't mean nothing to me. But these people seem like they gotta attach themselves to a situation that been dead a long time ago just to feel, just to be relevant. You know what I'm saying? Just to be relevant, trying to get their shit popping, and it ain't working out for them. Like you seeing some of these people can't even get to 500 subscribers, 600. You know what I mean? 700 subscribers. Like, you know what I'm saying? They numbers ain't going up because they can't fuck with the algorithm. They still trying to, they basically kept themselves on a level where they just talking about a certain subject that's only going to keep them at a certain level. They're not going to be able to get beyond that because if you're not, first of all, you got to be able to be interesting enough for people to click on your shit and stay on there. You know what I'm saying? And of course, this sector ain't really that big, so you only gonna get but so much numbers off a video is so much subscribers. And if you ain't talking about the broader topics, then you only gonna reach a certain level. But if you a person that ain't got it, you just ain't got it. It don't matter what the fuck you talk about. They ain't tuning in and they ain't staying, they ain't subscribing, they ain't want to fucking hear. They like, man, listen, I ain't subscribing to that shit. That person's just not interested enough for me. They ain't got the entertainment value of it, the wow factor of it. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that feel like. I ain't never had that motherfucking issue. Maybe starting off at the beginning, but then, you know what I mean? I was able to get there. So I don't have that motherfucking issue. You know what I'm saying? But niggas like this only going to, reach a certain level. You know
he made
niggas,
$11,000.
Hating ass niggas only going to reach a certain level.
I was on YouTube. The most he had ever made while covering the Diddy trial. He didn't even get that check because he was too busy going in on me.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. Like, he has this issue where if somebody is doing better than him that he perceives shouldn't be ahead of him or better, then he has to attack you. Like, he feels like with me, he should be ahead of me. He feels with you, he should be ahead of you. Same for Armand and Gene Deal, all these other people. Like, he feels like he should be ahead of all these people. And it's literally like, who are you to think that you're better than anybody? We all do the same shit, technically. But
right.
Like, what makes you so much better than everybody else, especially with people like us who have put in the time and the effort and been grinding out here? You trying to get ahead by attacking everybody, not putting in work.
You gotta put in that work. I tell them that all the time. So now he's in jail.
You gotta put in that fucking work. It's some people in here that ain't putting in that work. They trying to ride off storylines of others. They trying to come on this motherfucking app and beef with people. Just, you know what I mean? And that shit ain't gonna work because now you trying to beef with a nigga, you gotta keep that beef going. Like, once you done beefing with one nigga, you gotta go beef with the next just to keep, because they ain't gonna tune into your shit. You trying to talk about something else, they like, we don't fuck about what you talking about with that. It's people that we go to watch for that. They want to see you talk shit and all that, but you only gonna get but so many views and so many subscribers off that, unless you beefing with a content creator that do numbers. You know what I mean? Like somebody that really do motherfucking numbers out here. You know what I mean? Right, X-Wars ain't nothing wrong with a little beef. Yeah, but you gotta do that shit right though. You can't come on this motherfucker clout chasing. You gotta do that shit right. You can't come on here beefing with a motherfucker if you don't even know him. Like you got some people that come on here beefing with a motherfucker that don't even know they exist. Like, how the fuck I'm beefing with this person? I don't even know this person. Never had a conversation with him. Never seen him in my life, and they talking this much shit on me. You got people on here that do that. So you got to do that shit the right way. Like when you beef with a nigga that don't even know you exist. Like what type of shit is that? But then you got people that want to beef, but they cry or they run behind God. Like you can't beef with somebody then cry and then run behind God and say, you know what I mean, Lord, please protect me from my enemies and shit like that when you out here causing ruckus. Like who the fuck does that? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck doing that? Like, come on, man. Yeah, exactly. Self beef. That's basically what it is. Motherfucker beefing by themselves. Pretty much. And then it don't be like no real beef though. Like it should be like some surface shit. You know what I mean? Shit talking back and forth ordeal. You know what I'm saying? It don't even really be no real smoke like that. It just be some shit talking back and forth. But then you got some motherfuckers on here that go a little too far with it. They do. But then you got to be prepared for that. Like if you want to take it that far, then you just got to be prepared for that shit. Hey, it's whatever.
He actually went to jail for.
So
we talking about 82. We just having fun with this because, you know, he want to bring up a situation, laugh and joke, but he forgot he got a situation of his own with the knot. And they actually met up with each other, was, you know, split a nacho and cheese. And some other shit went on, and the boy broke his foot. We still ain't really get the real story of that. You know what I mean? But they met up and they was trying to, you know, deal with each other and shit. And then a lot of you niggas confused. Like, nigga, if you one way, if you that way, just come out. These niggas be trying to hide in the closet and shit. If you a certain way, listen. It's 2025, brother. If you that, then just come out and be that. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025. Nobody really give a shit about that. These niggas hiding in closets and shit. Like, nah, nigga, the fuck out.
There was, as I understand, there was some kind of situation that happened at a gay club, and so this is what I heard. This is what I heard through the grapevine. So
okay,
he was up on a stage, humping and grinding where the go-go dancers are supposed to be, right?
Okay.
And they were telling him like, "Hey, get down! You can't be up there. Get down!" But because he's such a fairy, he wanted to show off, you know, advertise because he's a prostitute. So he wanted to advertise, right? And so he's up there humping and grinding. And so the security like grabs him and like pulls him down or whatever, right? So then they...
Hold on, bro. Cause you the same nigga that said you was ready to sleep with somebody to get money for the casino, bro, to gamble. So you trying to judge that nigga for selling his ass, but you was ready to sell your ass for some casino chips. I mean, some slot machine money. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Yeah, I mean, they didn't sell his ass for slot machine money. Come on now.
Take him outside, and so what he decides to do is actually strike or slap the security guard, and then he runs off like a little bitch. But then they caught him down the street, and so that's why he had like this assault charge or whatever. Now, here's the thing. since then, that was like a year ago. Since then, he was supposed to be going to court and stuff like that because he was released on his own. What's the word?
Recognizance.
Yeah. So he was supposed to be going to court. Well, when he's supposed to be going to court, he actually goes to.
You said Claire. You said giving him something. Yeah, he could talk about his buddy Donut now. You could talk about Donut now. Shit.
To Brazil, then
go.
Went to the Diddy.
Perfect time for him to bring him back up.
Trial, and so this man is out living his life and not going to court and checking in and stuff like that. So I guess they must have just got tired of him and was like, you know what, we're gonna issue this warrant and pick his ass up, and they picked his ass up.
Damn. Okay. Well,
that makes sense why it's $250,000 to get him out. You know, his bail.
Yeah, because he's been traveling around the world and you know, shout out to
being around the world.
Okay, so basically he did that to himself. So he had also attacked you and your family as well. Is that correct? Online?
Yes, on that same day. So I had said something about, and I don't take back anything I said. I said the reason why he got all them plastic surgeries is because his family is ugly. And I still stand on that. Now, did I look up his mama and do all that stuff? No, I didn't do that. But he takes it upon himself to show his family, right? And show, this is my mama, this is my sister, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. Like, I didn't care. It just kind of say, when somebody say, oh, you fat, you go like, your mama. That's it, right? It's not like I'm going to have to show you my mama and convince you anything. And so he goes on my Instagram, and mind you, I used to just post like regular stuff on my Instagram, a while ago. So he goes back years. So, the weeks and stuff like that, you can see it like 300 weeks ago and all this stuff, pulls up pictures of my mom, my sister, and it wasn't necessarily anything about them. It was when he got to my nieces and nephews and calling them things and saying that I was doing things to them and stuff like that. That's when it got out of line. And so my sister ends up calling into a show and cussing him out. And then that's when it was all a mess. And so, yeah. And mind you, that's the same day that he ended up going to jail that night. So listen, that was nothing but God right there.
You see what I mean? These people bring God into they shit, man. You see how they do that? That's what I'm saying. These people, it's crazy, bro. They come on this app and be just crazy with it. Right, come on now. But bro, you was in love with that man, bro. Let's just call it what it is, bro. You missed that man. That's why you bring him up every chance you get, bro. Me, I wouldn't mention the motherfucker fight. You know what I mean? What be the point of mentioning them all the goddamn time? Like, there's a certain weirdo in here that just keep mentioning me every fucking chance they get. Every chance they get. Just mentioning me out of the blue. Shit that don't be having nothing to do with nothing. And just throw me in there. Like, you need to go get some help, man. Get some mental help. Because ain't no way in the world I'll be stuck on some shit that serve me no purpose. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stuck on shit that ain't serving me no purpose. That's just weird. It's just some weird shit going on, bro. People just don't have a sense of reality around here, man. What's going on with that? You know what I'm saying? Then she got a weird ass friend that keep mentioning me. Like every chance they get, they're gonna bring me up. Like, bitch, they ain't gonna get you no fucking views or clicks, or that shit ain't gonna get you no fucking views mentioning to me. These bitches is weird as shit. I mean, get off my dick. Like, leave my dick alone. Like, I just be chilling, minding my goddamn business. That's it. So, Mr. Potato Head here, he wanna, joke and laugh about a situation and shit like it's funny, which I don't care about. I mean, listen, you do whatever you feel like you want to do. But shit, you ain't the only one around this motherfucker to have fun. Let's have some fun, nigga. You chased the not dick around, man, and you broke your foot doing that shit, bro. And you talk about that man every chance you get to talk about you talking about him, doing interviews about the nigga. Like, hell nah. Fucking with no, hell no. And they be these rejects, man. Bunch of motherfuckers that get rejected their whole life. Would you say Jess? You said, but ask him why he had to say donut today. He said all about his family. I don't know, man. Why he had nothing to say about donut? Man, I don't know, bro. I don't know what be going on with. I don't be paying attention to most of these weird ass niggas. I don't. I'm like so far removed from that shit, bro. I'm so far removed from that. See what I'm saying? So far removed from that shit. But I ain't gonna let a nigga just have fun on my motherfucking name and I can't have fun on theirs. Hell nah, they ain't gonna work that way. Have fun, shit. The fuck? And no, I don't talk about these weird ass niggas on my main channels. Hell no. Hell no. That's strictly for real content. You know what I mean? I don't really give a fuck about that shit on air. I really don't. Even though this channel monetized and all that, I barely even post on this shit or go live. You know what I'm saying? So, and then weird ass Jag, what the fuck is wrong with Jag, man? She just, what's wrong with that lady, man? What the fuck is wrong with that lady? Like, she's still out here with these capping ass stories, bro. No, Jag gotta get back to jagging out, man. I don't know what else she really got going on. Nobody really watching that shit unless she, going crazy. I mean, nobody else care about that. That shit she talking about with the celebrity that she never been around. Nobody care about that shit. Like, come on now. That shit died. That shit pretty much dead. Shit is dead. Now they trying to link Katt Williams to some fucking murder. A murder that happened with a comedian and shit. They basically trying to link Katt Williams to that shit. Katt Williams really haven't spoke out about the comedian passing away and shit. Haven't mentioned it at all. But you got other people that's going around trying to link him to that situation, basically saying he sacrificed the comedian and all this shit. And that always happen when a person die and they attach to a big name or something. That's the first thing these conspiracy theorists people come online with he was sacrificed. He sacrificed him and all this shit. Like, come on, bro. It don't always be about that. It don't always be about that. Have we seen some people sacrificed in that industry? Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of suspicious situations that involved around the death of certain celebrities. Yeah, but not everything is goddamn Lottie. Everything's Illuminati with these niggas, man. Like, what the hell? Every death is the goddamn Illuminati death when it comes to these people, man. And that don't even be the fucking case. That don't even be the case, bro. Shit crazy. So she's still going over there on that blue couch and lying and bringing up these, they be interviewing Jag every time something happened. They run and get her because she drive their numbers up. But it be on some bullshit though. It be on some bullshit. Let me see if I can switch to this real quick. Hold on, y'all. Bring this shit up. Alright, let me bring this up. Share this. Alright, so update. Reggie Carroll killed by a shotgun. Katt Williams is not involved, according to the DA. Yeah, because they there was a whole thing about Kevin Hart, Katt Williams being linked to this comedian's death. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead and
First of all, I appreciate everybody for being here.
Oh shit, hold on.
First of all, I appreciate everybody for being here. I want to appreciate South Haven Police Department, specifically Chief Kern and members of his team who are here today as well. We're here today to talk about the shooting death of Reggie Carroll. I understand in the last 7 days there's been a lot of questions and public inquiry and obvious interest for a number of reasons. Most notably, it's the loss of life, and obviously we feel for the family and those that are left mourning. Mr. Carroll was well loved by many, and so the people want answers, and so unfortunately at this stage there's only so much we can share. I'll share with you what I think I can. Basically, like I said, there's a call for service related to a shooting incident on Burton Lane here in South Haven. It was last Wednesday, round about 6:30. That kind of time frame, anyways. Police arrived on scene very quickly. When they got there, there were two people. You had Traynell Williams and Reggie Carroll. So we have our shooter and our victim. They were both there. The police immediately kind of quartered them off to where they could make room to give aid or make life-saving attempts for Mr. Carroll. Quite frankly, at that point, he'd already received multiple wounds, but as a matter of course, the police did every reasonable effort to try to help. Mr. Carroll was transported to the hospital where they could continue to try to help. At some point in the process, Mr. Carroll succumbed to those injuries. While that was going on, the investigation began. They did everything that you would ordinarily expect in an investigation to, take pictures, gather evidence, talk to people that may have knowledge of anything related to this. And ultimately, they developed Traynell Williams as a suspect. They believed through their diligent and thorough efforts that probable cause existed for an arrest warrant. An arrest warrant was signed by a judge, and Mr. Williams was taken into custody same night. I do want to dispel a few, rumors that may be going around. This was an incident between two roommates that knew each other. One of them is from California, one of them is from Maryland. This is not an indication that there's a problem in that community or neighborhood. This is not indicative of a violent crime issue in our city. It's just an isolated event that's limited to those two people involved. I know, and I don't want to gratuitously name drop, but based on their jobs as and their professions in the comedy world, they obviously run in the same circles with the same comedians. I want it to be clear that there's never been any reason before or now to believe that any of those comedians or organizations, business organizations, were involved in any way in what happened. This was a residence where only the shooter and the victim lived. This was not a resident of any other comedian or person.
Yeah, so they talking about Katt Williams because he was on tour with Katt Williams, Monique, I think Linnell, and a few other comedians. They Red Grant and few other comedians. So they basically just saying that none of them people had really anything to do with that. I mean, but then you got some people out here that's still thinking that, you know, that situation, that Katt Williams is tied to that situation. And I think Corey Holcomb had mentioned some shit about it, which I wanted to get into. Man, shout out to the brother Forgotten Kings covering this joint. But I wanted to get into this. Matter of fact, let me reshare this real quick. Because I think Corey Holcomb mentioned some shit about this as well. All right, so
I ain't never seen a DA say what somebody ain't, and the investigation,
let me know if you're good on sound,
has not been closed.
The house is not owned by Katt Williams. It was a rental property. There was another out-of-state company that was leasing the house, and the Traynell Williams and Reggie Carroll were the two tenants.
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the 5th floor, and you tuned in to Forgotten Kings TV.
Last week, reports confirmed that the man arrested for the murder of comedian Reggie Carroll worked for Katt Williams as security on his Heaven on Earth comedy tour. That's right, y'all. According to reports, police believe that 38-year-old Traynell Marquise Williams is the one who was solely responsible for the murder of Reggie Carroll, ultimately clearing Katt Williams of any connection or involvement in this murder. Okay, now according to reports, they're confirming that a shotgun was used in this murder. Okay, apparently they're saying a 12-gauge shotgun was fired multiple times. All right, now as of today, we still don't have a official story as to what happened, okay, as to why Reggie Carroll had to lose his life in such a brutal way. Okay, like I said, both of these men worked on the comedy tour with Katt Williams. Okay, one as security, right? So he's hired to protect, and Reggie, he's a comedian on a tour opening up for Katt. So again, people are still trying to figure out what happened. All right, today apparently the shooter has to step in the courtroom in front of a judge so we can hear exactly the official charges. But as of right now, after 13 days, no one seems to know what happened and why Reggie had to lose his life in such a brutal way. Okay, now Corey Holcomb last week on the 5150 show, he reacted to the murder of Reggie Carroll, claiming that he believes Reggie was caught off guard and ultimately ambushed. Okay, now this evening, Corey Holcomb, he went on the show to react to the DA officially clearing Katt Williams of any involvement, any connection, okay, in this murder of Reggie Carroll. So y'all know how we do, man. Let's check out this clip and hear what Corey has to say. Make sure to leave your thoughts and comments down in the section below. But with that being said, let's get right to it.
Do promotions with Reggie as, oh, we doing this show for Reggie. Just don't involve me unless you have talked to the family and the family know what's going on. Because, see, my brother is in a situation where he was murdered. And he was murdered in Mississippi. You understand, for the family, they have to get the body from Mississippi to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a G. I wouldn't be talking about it if I wasn't standing up and putting my part in. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's people out here who really putting in work with the family to try and make sure our brother, his shell is sent off right.
I think the body is back. I think so.
You know what I mean when I say that? Like, see, the funeral is for the living, but this body we in, when our soul exits this body, especially with Black people, they like to have funerals where you feel better. There's closure. You send the body off right.
Exactly. Right.
And I'm saying, like, for the people that's really putting in work to help send our brother body off right, we don't want to hear no sucker shit fundraiser that ain't really going to the family. They got to deal with all this shit. Everybody who really know that man know he got kids.
Right.
If you ain't finna throw nothing on the books, don't call me about sucker shit. I'm not a sucker.
Hey, see, that's what it be happening. A lot of people be trying to capitalize off death and shit, using death as a personal gain to get recognition or to get some type of clout. Like that ain't a moment for that shit. It ain't no moment to be doing, like, if you ain't talking to the family about it, why are you even discussing trying to do some fundraiser shit without the family involved? That's something you would discuss with the family. You know what I mean? You just don't come up with an idea out of nowhere and getting with with some other comedians and shit and doing the show to raise money without involving the family. Like, and that's what a lot of these people be doing. A lot of them motherfuckers be, basically trying to get some recognition off a person when they pass away and shit. Like, nah, that ain't what you do. You do that when you do shit like that. You gotta do it correctly. You gotta involve the family. You gotta talk to the family. If you have kids, talk to the kids, wife, or baby mama, mother, father. Yeah, I mean, you gotta get the people, get the family members involved.
I actually think I'm a real. I ain't saying I'm perfect, because I know I'm not. But I ain't with that hustle no dead man body shit. Because if Reggie was alive and you was hustling him, he'll be right there at you looking for his.
In your pocket.
Right. Hey.
In your motherfucker.
He'll be like,
I'ma miss that nigga, man.
This what's going on? Where mine at?
I'ma miss that nigga. I ain't gonna lie, man. That nigga gave me some of the most incredible laughs just the
stupid, man. He's stupid. I'm talking about my homie that passed. Reggie Carroll was stupid. He did stupid shit. If you're real, you'll love him. If you ain't a real, you can't relate.
No, you ain't gonna be too scared to understand what was really going on.
Right. Some of our guys, we gotta grab them. You know what I mean?
But can you imagine though how it's affecting y'all, right? You knew him.
For sure.
Imagine the family though, and your person is states away. Like, that happened to somebody and you anybody that's close to you.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine what's going through their heads? He's not right there with them. Like, that must be driving his mom, his lady, his kids.
His kids.
Yeah.
They know they dad is out there in Mississippi and then died a horrific situation because from what I understand, you get hit with a shotgun 5 times. What the fuck is that? I got a shotgun. I know what a shotgun do. I know what a shotgun do. Who the fuck shot somebody 5 times with a shotgun? Right. That's a crime of passion or more than hit.
Right.
I'm just being honest, man. I ain't never thought 2 men who know each other can get into it where a shotgun get let off 5 times.
That don't sound.
That's emotional shit.
Yeah.
I'm saying this for a reason.
Yeah.
That's emotional.
The hell yeah. Yeah, that's not unheard of. That someone gets shot with a shotgun 5 times. Because it only take one shotgun blast. You know what I'm saying? The way them shotgun pellets spread too. Like, to shoot a person 5 times with a shotgun, bro, that's like real. They had a real hatred and a passion to kill this person. You know what I mean? Dude, that's crazy.
Shit. If somebody, I don't know if it's a fact, but that's what I heard. Have you ever shot a shotgun, D?
I have. I got a semi-automatic shotgun.
I've shot a shotgun before. It don't trust me. It only take 1 shot. You don't need to shoot a shotgun 5 times. You know what I mean? For that to do some damage. Just one shot from a shotgun is enough. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot a shotgun 5 times.
What's the
That's a passionate crime.
That's a motherfucker that was scared.
Crazy.
Because
I said that for a reason, dog. Because I believe it's all gonna add up to something that makes sense. I wasn't there. I don't know. Who the buck a shotgun 5 times.
Because let me tell you, Reggie, the type of motherfucker where if you...
That means you have to bow, bow, like you have to keep cocking it. Like who's gonna shoot a shotgun 5 times at a victim? You know what I'm saying? That it's crazy.
You do shoot him and hit him, he's still coming. You get what I'm saying? So
not with a shotgun.
Not with a shotgun.
See, a
right,
shotgun will knock you down.
Yeah.
I know what a shotgun is. That's why I got one. Everybody who love me, get behind me, because I'm pointing this motherfucker that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in Mississippi, they got this defense. I think this is going to be interesting when we when they figure out the detail. It's called imperfect self-defense, where you don't have to have a legitimate. It doesn't have to be a legitimate reason for you to kill somebody, but if you could prove, even if in error, that you were reasonably in fear for your life, most of the times you could beat a murder charge in Mississippi. It's called imperfect.
But let me tell you something. This is all I know. I'm only speaking the facts because I don't know. But let me tell you something. When that man who they said killed Reggie, let me say that again. That man who they said killed Reggie, arraignment got pushed back. I said,
yeah, you already know.
Some shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I said, it's some fuck shit.
Means somebody else was involved.
What really happened? I don't know. I can't say. I would be a fool to say. But okay, they say they got a man and he charged with this. But then when it was time to arraign him,
the evidence didn't add up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What that mean?
Maybe something in the
What that
evidence.
mean?
That means something within the evidence didn't add up. That means there was some other key factors in that played a part in that. Because why wouldn't they arraign him and they just arrested him for the murder? So there had to be some other key factors in there that they might have looked over, that they might have skipped over during the investigation, and some other key players was involved, or some other type evidence they must have missed, because that's unheard of for a person in arraignment to be pushed back after being arrested for a murder at that.
I tell you something else that I saw on TV where I'm like, what the fuck is this? I ain't never seen a DA say what somebody ain't, and the investigation has not been closed.
Right.
That means
what the fuck is that? And he looked moist in a mother.
They still working on it.
Nah, man, that dude, I know of
that dude who went up there and talked about what somebody ain't and what somebody
Oh,
not.
that white boy, yeah.
I was like, who is that? They say it's the DA. And so is it the DA of Mississippi? This is a dumb mother.
But
what the fuck is you talk about what somebody not? And I'm not talking about what somebody is. But have you ever seen somebody come forward before the shit was closed and say what somebody is not? Thanks, brother.
Right. Yeah,
I never saw that. I'm like, so they know for sure it's not this. And I don't know. But I'm just saying, what the kind of show for TV is this?
Yeah, it's still too soon, I think.
All right, let me switch over real quick. Let me switch to Real Life Street Stars. Jag, the interview she did over there on Real Life Street Stars, because let me get to that. Hold on, matter of fact, before we get to that, let me get to this real quick. Katt Williams wanted to kill the careers of comics targeted Club Shay Shay interview. Yeah, that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to destroy those comedians' careers that he was talking about. Let me play this real quick.
Club Shay Shay, yeah. I was trying to do something there that hadn't been done. I thought that I had figured out the algorithm mathematically, and I thought that I could show that. And when I wrote it out to kill the careers of the people I was talking about, right? But it was so vicious that I erased all of the knockout blows and just left the jabs, so that the comic I'm talking about knows that I know your real story, motherfucker. I'm gonna tell this, but you know what else I know. So, yeah, I was.
Do you want to tell any of those stories now?
Well, I'm saying.
Hell no. And that interview did like 90-something million views on that fucking interview Katt Williams did. And tell you the truth, he ain't really destroyed nobody's careers. He only boosted them. Because after those people was mentioned, they was able to book shows because people wanted to see them respond to to his interview, the shit he was saying in those interviews. All right, let me see if I can pull this up. Where we at? All right, hold on, y'all. Here we go. All right, so we got Jaguar Wright, the Illuminati tied to Katt Williams set up after Diddy trial, Rock Nation, the lawsuit. So this is the interview she did over there on Real Life Street Stars.
Matter of fact, ever since the Diddy verdict came in and Diddy hasn't gotten out of jail, social media has become quite insufferable for anybody that's a whistleblower. People are going out of their way to pick fights. People are going out of their way to create little troll legions, to go inside people's chats, go to people's websites, do this, do that. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. And up until now, Katt has pretty much been exempt from all of that. Matter of fact, of all of the whistleblowers that really didn't, that was really getting a lot of heat during this whole Diddy trial and the verdict and all of that, Katt was like the only one that nobody was really saying anything about. Am I wrong? Oh. Matter of fact, I asked somebody that a few weeks back, the way you come at me, the way you come at this person and that person, y'all ain't saying nothing about Katt. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. And then I heard, oh man, look at Katt, and everyone was so hot for him to be involved. Like, I've never seen people want somebody to be involved in a tragic situation so bad. Meanwhile,
shit. That's how it is on the internet. Like I said earlier, people be, these deaths and shit be happening, and these people that be tied to certain individuals, the conspiracy theories, they run wild with it and say, if this person's possible could have sacrificed this person. She really can't talk because she speaks a lot of shit like that too, trying to tie other people to certain situations and shit. So, and I don't consider Jag a whistleblower. I just consider her a person that just I would consider her a motherfucking storyteller, a conspiracy theorist storyteller and shit, or a regurgitator that takes stories and shit, add her little twist to them and regurgitate them and shit. You know what I mean? Add a little bit of, a little plot to it, add her a little plot to it and shit. But other than that, I really don't consider her a whistleblower.
Not saying
that's
that
where I'm
Reggie
at with
Carroll
it.
wasn't popular, not saying that he wasn't building up
He said he's a conspiracy
his
theorist.
repertoire, but
Yeah.
he definitely didn't have the kind of national
She's
awareness that Katt
regurgitated.
Williams does, and now he does. Now everybody knows who he is. And it's just interesting, especially this Billy Sorrells guy. Like, he's running around. Katt's gonna do this, and this is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen. It's like he wants to be the oracle of bad news. He's such a Cassandra. He's got it all figured out. And now, Katt has been cleared, or at least that's what the authorities said on the news finally after they did their investigation, oh, he ain't said nothing. He ain't said nothing. Well, maybe the reason why he didn't say anything is because of all of you.
Nah, that don't really have nothing to do with him, paying his condolences to, the person that worked with him and shit. Like, come on now. I mean, him paying his condolences and shit doesn't have nothing to do with, people trying to tie him to that shit. And nobody really knows what that shit was really over, but I mean, you can't confirm or deny it, whether certain people was involved with it or not. Like, I guess when they do the investigation, all that shit come out. You know what I mean? But as far as people like tying Katt Williams to that shit like right away, I just thought that was like dumb, because it was fresh and it just happened, and just because Katt Williams didn't say anything doesn't mean he was involved with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would have to do a thorough investigation. The fuck?
Maybe his lawyer may have instructed him that it's best for him not to say anything publicly. Now they're saying that the family got paid off. Don't believe it. He's really involved. He's really involved. And it's like,
I can't confirm or deny
it sucks. Because they all keep going back to, oh, well, he said this and he knew that and he said this and now he's quiet and now he's like, I don't know. To me, it kind of seems like people want him to be involved. And the one thing that I do know, especially when it comes to whistleblowers who speak out and who speak out fearlessly on really, really heavy matters, they don't always orchestrate situations to trap them up to make them look bad. Sometimes they just wait for something bad to happen, and then there's the opportunity to pile on. Which is why I've had absolutely nothing to say about it. It's kind of wild to see how many, everyone talks about how this was Reggie Carroll's big break. And Katt's the person that gave it to him. There's a lot of comedians that's talking a lot of stuff. And there's some of them that have, high value. Did y'all give Reggie that opportunity? Like, I just find it funny. Because a lot of the people that's on tour with Katt are a lot of the people that was getting overlooked by Hollywood. And all of these Illuminati people.
She always talking about
and you hear a lot of that. There's a lot of that being said. Oh, well, people on the tour said it can't be acting up, and people on the tour said can't be hitting on he be abusing the women on the tour. And people on the tour said, well, why aren't any of these people coming forward and saying it themselves?
I really never heard that.
Other than Monique, apparently. And from what I heard, she didn't have a lot to say either. Did I go and listen to it? No, I didn't. I heard what other people had to say. Matter of fact, what did she say? I want to hear you say.
So the clip that I personally saw, it was just, I kind of seen it through a kind of like a third party, the YouTube when they show stuff. But just, she was basically just trying to say like it's the company he keeps and stuff like that, and he had to have something to do with it, pretty much.
Now, did she say that, or is that what somebody else said she said? And are we sure that wasn't AI? Because I heard somebody come
out. Ain't no fucking AI.
Saying that she was fronting on the whole situation, and that she wasn't holding anybody accountable, and that she was trying to make it seem like he died of natural causes when his life was taken.
She didn't say that shit.
Right. Well, this YouTube and AI stuff is.
I'm just saying.
Right.
Because she was, one instance, she's not saying anything, and now she's saying, and was the voice clip from her, or was it something that somebody said they heard her say?
Right.
I'm asking you.
And I had to go look at it and see it again.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's real confusing.
Right.
Because you got all these content creators that are saying that this is what these people said on the road, and this is what these people said on the road, and this is what people that worked on the tour said, and this is what people said about this. And they said that this guy was a hothead, and they said that him and Katt, they attitudes, you know, wouldn't have meshed up, and he wouldn't have did this, and it wouldn't have did that, and everyone's saying what everyone's saying except for the people that was actually there. Like, there's a lot of mouthpieces online.
Right.
Yeah, you one of them mouthpieces because you wasn't at none of them Diddy parties, but you had a lot to say about them Diddy parties. You wasn't there. A lot of hypocritical shit going on here. Cause she wasn't at none of them parties and none of that shit either. But she had a lot to say about them goddamn Diddy parties. She had a lot to say about Jay-Z and goddamn Beyonce, but she wasn't there. She had, you know, saying shit about a lot of people in that industry that she wasn't around. So would you consider yourself one of them people that's a mouthpiece online that has no ties to none of them people that you be talking about in these interviews?
A lot of mouthpieces. Y'all got all of these people that's saying all of this stuff on the road. Then do yourself a favor. Have yourself a viral moment. Bring them onto your platform. Let them say it themselves.
All right.
And don't have them do it over the phone. Have them come. Hit the link
Right, at
and
least
hit them up. Like, is that not weird? All these people that's on the road that's got all this information to pass around and ain't nobody coming forward saying anything.
Right.
Except for the clout chasing, hating people that have their own essay stories. Because that Billy Sorrell person, if you go and you check his pedigree, he got a lot of wild stuff going on. And he's been accused of, you know, being, you know, on the homo side of things.
What do that got to
I
do
find
with
it funny because now he wants to come out and say that it's Katt and it's this and that, and it's just, it's a whole lot of loose shot John. Except for none of the people that was actually around and there ain't nobody saying nothing.
Jack, you know Katt Williams pretty good, right?
I haven't seen him in years, but when I knew him, yeah.
What would you say about the company that he keeps?
I think he keeps an interesting cast of characters around him at all times. I was always kind of confused at some of the people.
Remember Jag used to y'all remember Jag claiming that she was sleeping in the bed with Katt Williams and shit? Remember she was claiming that shit, running around on this goddamn app, claiming she used to sleep in the bed with Katt Williams. She say that shit all the time. She used to wake, you know what I mean? She used to sleep next to him in the bed and shit. I'm like, man, we know your ass lying about that. Come on now.
Kept around him back then, which is why, you know, I pushed on when it was time for things to come to an end. I didn't go back begging, please, you know, bring me back into your good graces or anything. Like, no. Like, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that kind of situation. Not at all. And it's wild because it's situations like this that make it almost impossible for someone to defend their character, especially if people are convinced to want to believe the worst in your character. Because what I think it is that everybody just wants to see him take an L on this one. And I'm just trying to figure out why. Why does everyone have such a vested interest in seeing Katt Williams take the fall for this or go down for this or be responsible for this or set it up or done this or done that? And the only thing that makes sense to me is oh, y'all want him to be bad because Diddy is still in jail. You know, Rock Nation is looking really bad, and all you Illuminati people, you know, you're all looking real bad right now. So y'all need the people that pointed it out to look even worse, don't you? That's what makes sense to me. That's what I see. And it's kind of disgusting because in my opinion, there's a lot of people that should be speaking up for Katt right now that's not. There's a lot of people on that tour that probably should have had something else to say other than what's being said, even though they're not saying it themselves. They're just on the phone talking to content creators who are using it to run it up.
I mean, maybe Katt constructed him not to say anything about it. Don't even speak on it. Like if you ain't gonna pay condolences to the dude that passed away, I mean, why even mention it about Katt Williams' name being tied up? Because they're not. What's the point of them even speaking on that at all? Unless it has something to do with paying their condolences. Other than that, them going around and talking to people about whether Katt Williams is involved with it or not, it's just like, what's the point? If the law already cleared them or whatever, there's no point for them to speak on that shit. He probably instructed the people around him not to speak on it, not to mention anything about it. So they probably just following his instructions. Who knows, man? Who knows why people ain't really speak up on that matter? Like, maybe they felt like it wasn't a time to do that, for the simple fact that the family, just showing the respect to the family and mourning the situation or the loss or whatever. They going in the media and trying to defend Katt when some shit like this just happened. It's like, nah.
And then now, for the first time in my algorithm, in Rec TV, I seen it for the first time. Reggie Carroll featured a Knockout Kings of Comedy. I've never even seen it in the algorithm before.
Well, if he passed, then
it's wild because everybody was talking about what a big special that was. Everybody was talking about how much money it made and how much noise it made and how that was the thing that got him to the Katt Williams Heaven on Earth tour.
Well, a lot of things resurface when people pass away. I mean, that's just what happens. So yeah, the algorithm is gonna be flooded with videos from the past or events from the past. People are gonna reshare things when when the life is lost. That's what the internet does.
So why is it just showing up in the algorithm now?
You might see shit that you never seen before. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Do you feel like Shannon Sharp?
I mean, it's showing up because
speaking up.
The hell?
What is Shannon gonna say? Half of the trouble that Shannon's in right now, the heat's on him because he let Katt come in and run down on the whole damn industry and didn't stop or edit it. Ain't it funny? All that money he made off that Katt Williams, and he turned around and give it to a little OnlyFans girl. And they gonna make sure it's impossible for him to hold on to any kind of dollar. Like I think people are in crisis right now. And I think people are gonna stay in crisis until they get the verdict and see who's next on the chopping block. Like there's a whole lot of conversation going around Shumanati people right now. The Young Thug business is wild all over the place. Rock Nation.
No, what these are is distractions. These are media hit pieces that's distractions. They trying to keep people distracted from what the fuck really going on. That's what it is. So yeah, then they feed these celebrities to the wolves. You're gonna see a lot more names get rolled out into the media. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a lot more. They just had that what's the dude that was on Tyler Perry show, The Oval? Derek Dixon dude, he just did a whole interview on ABC and shit. Talking about the sexual assault that happened with him and Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? So you're gonna see a lot more celebrity names in the media for shit like that. Lot more distractions. You're gonna see a lot more assassinations happening. With the guy that just got assassinated today, you think the buck's gonna stop there? Nah, you're gonna see a lot more of that shit. I mean, this planet is in turmoil right now. There's a lot of shit that's happening where they're trying to move into a different, whole different system that they're trying to set up. It's a lot of people on the way of that. It's a lot of people that's disposable that they don't need as well. It's a lot of people that's holding on to information. So you're gonna start seeing a lot of other celebrities and politicians and CEOs being knocked off, being put in the media for being tied to trafficking and shit like that. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more of that. Because there's a covert war that's going on behind the scenes as well amongst the elites, because there's a system that's being set up right now. You have some people that's still trying to hold on to the old system because they're able to steal a lot. They're able to steal a lot easier with the old system, but being as though the new digital system is more transparent, it's more transparency with that, they ain't able to steal as easy as they used to. So it's a war going on. It's a covert war going on behind the scenes amongst the elites, amongst the world leaders, amongst the certain shadow groups and shit. Yeah, it's a power grab going on. Celebrities and shit. Well, certain status of celebrities is tied to that certain shit too. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're gonna start seeing a lot more of that shit in the media. Yeah. Shit crazy, man.
Every other week, there's something else bad coming up and coming forward. I don't know if you guys are looking into what's going on with the investigation into the Block Corporation and the whole Cash App thing, and the alleged large, hundreds of $millions, large potential money laundering to the Jigga Man through Cash App. There's a lot.
I ain't even heard about that shit. Jay-Z being tied to money laundering through Cash App. Y'all heard that shit? I never heard of that one. I gotta go do some research and look. I ain't saying that, but I haven't heard that one. That news haven't came across my desk yet, so I don't know. Have y'all heard about any of that shit? Jay-Z being tied to hundreds of millions of dollars in money laundering, tied to Cash App? I never heard of that shit.
Going on. There's a lot going on.
Shit, at least you said nah. Yeah,
even the Jaguar Wright case, there's a lot more people that should be talking about that. There's a lot more people that should be hearing the kind of stuff that's going on in the backdrop. But to be able to have Katt Williams' name out there and attached to somebody being unalived at a property that's associated with him, whether closely or loosely in any way, it's
So her mindset is basically because Katt Williams did that interview on Club Shay Shay, and as big as media attention it has gotten, and him, out and all them different comedians and shit, and people within the industry and shit. I mean, Katt really didn't say anything, but being as though that he mentioned their names and shit, she basically saying that they want to tie Katt Williams to some shit like that, a murder or some shit like that, because he was talking too much against the industry. I don't know. I don't really believe that, because he ain't really say shit. He ain't really say no inside shit. I mean, he talked about certain things like basically what everybody else knew. Especially in talking about Harvey Weinstein and Diddy. Well, them niggas was already going to jail. So it's like already in jail. So of course he gonna speak about that shit. I mean, they already locked the fuck up. So he really didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? He did mention about he did mention about Chris Tucker and the Epstein shit, but them flight logs already had came out with Chris Tucker being on the Epstein flight list. You know, right along with other people, Bill Clinton, Naomi Campbell, Trump, Secret Service. Who else was on there? A lot of, even Kevin Spacey was on the flight logs. It was a lot of celebrities on the flight logs, but that don't necessarily mean that they was clients of, Epstein and shit. The client list is what people want to know about. That's what we want to know who's on. We want to know who's on that goddamn client list, because Ghislaine and Epstein didn't traffic to nobody. For them to be locked, him to be dead, and her to be doing 20 plus years behind, sex trafficking, then they had to be trafficking to somebody. So who was the people they was trafficking those children to? That's what people want to know. That's the names people want to know. Now they did a whole press conference with the victims of Epstein, which I think was on some stage shit, because they wouldn't even allow they wouldn't even allow victims speaking out on TV against certain elites and shit like that, certain names that could be on that client list. You think mainstream media is going to out the names of people on that client list? And some of those names that's on that client list could be people that owns the media. That don't make sense. So I believe that whole shit with the Epstein victims having that press conference was all some stage shit that was set up. They're going to set it up for the next thing to come. For the people that they are targeted, that they went out the way, those are the names you're going to see being rolled out in the media, because they basically just set the stage for that shit with that press conference. They saying, yeah, we're going to make our own list. We're going to make our own client list because we know the names of the people that was on there. Yeah, that's because y'all was told to do this press conference so y'all can set the stage up for the next phase for them to start going after the people that they was already going to target anyway. Because they're not going to roll out the real culprits of that Epstein client list. Now then you talking about world leaders and prime ministers and high level politicians, and they're not going to roll those names out. Are you crazy? There's certain people that could be on that client list that's part of some of the largest industries in the world. You think they're going to allow them people to get outed? You think they really going to allow those names to get outed? Nah, they going to serve us up some low level ass politician, some low level ass person on the Epstein list, and say these are the people that was on the client list. Like, they be really thinking we stupid. They really be playing on the intelligence of the public, because they keep us distracted with this Diddy shit and all that. Like, come on, man, Diddy small fry compared to the real, to the real people that's on that client list of Epstein. Diddy is small fry compared to them people. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I always got to throw the Catholic Church in there, like, because they some of the most, and I ain't saying like, the Catholics, like, far as people that follow the religion. I'm talking about the heads of the organization, the Vatican and shit like that. Yeah, high priest and shit like that. Yeah, their names is, they're some of the most worst, organizations when it comes to dealing with children and sex trafficking and shit like that. The Catholic Church is up there. Hell yeah. And they always above. It seems like they always above the law. They end up, when they get busted, they might have to pay find, settlements out to the victims that be in $3 billion or more, but them people never see that money. Most of them people die. That money never reaches the people that's the victims, because some of those cases are be dating back to the 40s, 50s, and 60s and shit like that. So a lot of them people are dead and gone, or they're gonna die waiting on that money to come, which they never get it. And what they do with the priest, they just move the priest from one location to the next and continue to do the same shit. Yeah. Yes. And then they throw us Diddy, they throw us all these people, as a distraction in the media and shit. Not saying these people is innocent of anything, but we know it's some people that's higher than them that need to be locked behind a fucking jail. There's a lot of people committing treason too. There's a lot of people in certain positions that's committing fucking treason as well. And we got one sitting in the Oval Office right now. All types of treason. The fuck? Yeah, man. So I don't be the media got a way to keeping the people, distracted with propaganda. So much propaganda flowing through the media, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. If you haven't, double tap the screen. Shout out to y'all to catch the replay back. And shit, man. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna go live on this channel again. And so, and you motherfuckers keep bringing my name up and shit. Bringing my name up, bringing IO name up with the stupid ass shit. Like, come on, man. People ain't gonna, like, you expect to say all this weird shit about us and then expect people not to respond? Like, come on now. But me, I barely respond to any of that shit, really, because I don't really be giving a fuck, because I be just doing me. You know what I'm saying? But I had to, have fun with little ATV real quick and his love affair with Denat. So that's just mainly because he was speaking on the situation, trying to be funny. So, nigga, I can be funny too, nigga. Shit, you got a storyline out here too. Shit, the fuck? Fuck me look like? You know what I'm saying? You got a storyline too. Shit. Fuck you look like? Some type of nut ass nigga? No. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, y'all.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.